Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League and we're checking out a different team here featuring the Cresselia and Medicham and Skeledirge here. So Cresselia here versus the Buzzwole. This Buzzwole does have the super effective bug move lunge here, but we do have super effective future side right here. So we're kind of neutral here one-on-one, but we are able to do that huge future side damage right there. Our opponent ends up switching out into the Lantern. We're going to immediately switch out and go into our Medicham. They're going to stay in and throw a serve, and we're going to throw a dynamic punch here. So this is Medicham running the dynamic punch, ice punch version. We are going to have to probably shield here to try to get another shield from our opponent. We do go up to another dynamic punch. We're going to throw the ice punch this time, so we do get that bait going. And luckily for us, we're able to get to another dynamic punch right here. This dynamic punch will be able to take out this Lantern. Our opponent ends up having the Bastion down in the back, and they decide to quit because we were doing some significant counters right there. So not bad. This team right here is looking like it's 2 Psychics and a Ghost, but we're actually trying to hunt for some fighters. So here we're going to have the Dugong. The Dugong here is going to have to tank a super effective Krasnot right here. Oh, they decided to shield, which is okay with us. So that kind of gives us an indication that they probably really care about the lead. In a way, we kind of have counters in the back, but here we're just going to decide to go for this Krasnot. Given that our Medicham here does have dynamic punch, we could have switched out, but it's kind of just a preference. So we're just going to allow them to get low enough. Okay, they actually end up switching out, so that's interesting because I would have thought that they wanted to keep the lead. So right here, we're going to have to shield. We think that it was Aero Ace. Unfortunately, it was Night Slash. So now that they revealed that they don't have Night Slash, we don't have to shield this next one. Probably running Night Slash and Dig. Yep, makes sense. And so that allows us to get to another Ice Punch right here. This Ice Punch would potentially KO this Glider, so not bad right there. Our opponent here does have the Poliwrath in the back right here. Is going to be able to CAP tie and move. Goes for the Icy Wind to take out our Medicham. We do have a couple of things decent against this Poliwrath, so we're going to immediately go into our Cresselia to throw some chip damage Krasnot right here. Our opponent uses their last shield. And here we have a decision to make. Are we going to shield or are we going to let it go? We decided to shield. It was a Icy Wind bait. Our opponent ends up going straight back into the Dugong right there to throw the drill run. It doesn't quite take us out, so we're going to allow it to, we're going to try to farm it down. And then because we are able to farm it down, we do have energy now for Disarming Forge. Almost KOs. We're looking for one more Incinerate, and it does go through right there. So lucky for us, we are able to use our Skeledirge right there to basically close the game. Kind of an interesting team that they had, right? Next game, let's see what we find. Cresselia Mirror. Okay, so once again, just a reminder, we do have a future side Cresselia. We don't necessarily have anything good against this Cresselia with our own Cresselia, so we're gonna have to stay in because our only hard counter to this thing is the Skeledirge in the back. We do have the Medicham right there. Medicham is also weak to this Cresselia, so we're just gonna have to play this out. Our opponent throws the Grass Knot right there. We're gonna throw a Grass Knot right here. Our opponent actually used a shield, so we know that they probably want this lead. So we're going to probably allow them to win the lead because we already got one shield and we could potentially farm down with our Skeledirge, but let's see what our opponent ends up doing. Okay, we actually are going to switch out and catch a move here. Ends up being a non-effective Grass Knot. And then we're going to, I guess, bait out this Azumarill. This Azumarill does pretty well against our backline as well. So lucky for us, we are able to get it out of the way. They go for the Play Rough right here. So we're going to go for this Disarming Voice. Maybe we can get a shield. Maybe we not. Okay, we do get the next shield, which is great. Okay, so where are we going to go here? We're going to go back into the Cresselia because I think we have a move. Okay, perfect. We do have a move here ready for this Azumarill. It does take out all that energy, so that's really good for us. And our opponent ends up having the Medicham in the back. So we almost had the mirror team. To be honest, they probably have the better team, right? Oh, okay, and they have the psychic version of Medicham. So that is not great for us. We are going to have to try to manufacture some energy here. So we're going to have to shield here. This is a no-brainer. They go for the future side right there. So this is a potential farm down. We have a ton of energy on our Medicham. Our opponent probably thinks that we have psychic, but unfortunately we don't. So we have to go for these ice punches right here. We know that they have the ice punch and psychic probably. I don't know about the ice punch, but most likely they do. So we're just going to throw as many ice punches here as possible, and then we're going to try our best to try to catch a move. So here we go. Let's see if we can catch a move. We do catch a move right there, which is perfect. Ends up being the ice punch, okay, like I imagined. And luckily for us, the timer runs out, and we are able to win that game right there. It would have been close because we were very close to another ice punch. And so the ensuing counters plus the ice punch probably would have been enough anyways, but whew, we had the inferior team and we still won. So next game here, we're going to be met with the lantern. This lantern, okay, our opponent ends up switching out into the Talonflame. That is not great for us because we don't really have a counter for this. We're going to go into our Skeledirge here just to soak up some energy. We do catch a lane charge right there. And then now we're going to think about farming down because we caught an inefficient move. We go for the fly right there, which is totally fine. We have a good amount of energy on our Skeledirge. So we're going to go in, immediately throw a Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball does get shielded. And then our opponent is able to get to the surf pretty quickly. So we're going to allow it to go through. Our opponent here is going to have to deal with our Cresselia now, though. Cresselia did have a lot of energy bank, so we're going to go for this Grass Knot. This Grass Knot does probably 30%, 35%. Our opponent goes for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt doesn't KO. And then, unfortunately for us, they actually have the ABA Electric team. This Charger Bug is going to dominate this Medicham right here. Just a little bit unfortunate that the Charger Bug was lurking in the back right there. We're going to have to shield here because we're going to have to try to get to 2 ice punches, but because of this Charger Bug's bulk, this ice punch doesn't KO. Looking for the farm down. No farm down right there, so this X-Scissor is most likely going to take us out. Makes sense. Going to look for the farm down. They decide to switch out, and we're going to throw this Grass Knot right here. Our opponent does shield and trying to get to another Grass Knot. Unfortunately, that does not happen, so GG's to our opponent right there. Tough game right there. Talonflame, I guess there is a world where we could have gone to the Medicham, but we had no idea what they had in the back. Just a little bit of a team comp right there. All right, Cresselia Mirror here. This is tough. We only really have one counter to this Cresselia. Although they do throw a Grass Knot, so we're going to match their Grass Knot. And maybe we can tie, or maybe we can whittle this Cresselia low enough for a farm down with our Skeledirge. Okay, our opponent ends up switching out into the Skeledirge, and unfortunately for us, we only have Skeledirge to counter it. Our only choice here is probably to try to call a bait. We're deciding to let it go, and unfortunately they do go for the Shadow Ball right there. This is not looking good right here. Kind of a mirror team so far. And they were able to catch our weakness with the Skeledirge in the back. This team is kind of weak to a Skeledirge switch in. Okay, we're going to look for a farm down. We do get the farm down at least. They're going to come back in with their Cresselia. This Cresselia has a ton of health and 2 shields. We're going to try to chip at it. This next Grass Knot here gets it into the red, but they're going to be able to get to the Grass Knot here fairly soon. Yep, makes sense. And we're going to have to let this one go. So we're going to come in here with the Medicham, look for a huge farm down, I guess. And our opponent here is going to be able to throw in Moonblast. Moonblast does go through, doesn't debuff, and they have Lantern in the back. So pretty solid team that they have here. Not going to be able to win this here. They're able to even tank a Dynamic Punch pretty comfortably. We're going to go for this Ice Punch bait. This is all but over, but we're going to see how much damage we can do here with the Medicham. Takes it to the red, but not enough. So check out these teams if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.